What's up, everyone? Staniel Smooth here. I want to show you guys a cool thing we're doing. This podcast is sponsored by Canada Dips, the newest lineup to the dip game, but in CBD form. The Canada Dips lineup features products made for every man's lifestyle. All tins are proudly crafted from the hills of Humboldt County in California. It's filled with flavor and will give you that good vibe that CBD brings to the room. So what are you waiting for? Use the promo code BELLYUP20 in all caps at CanadaDips.com for 20% off your next order. That's BELLYUP20 at CanadaDips.com.
Good morning, Vietnam!
It's time to BS.
I'm just going to get right into it because this whole situation pisses me off royally. At 83 years old, Pete Rose passed away earlier as a recording, and it's amazing how arguably the greatest player in the history of your sport is not in the Hall of Fame. Now, the same can be... Now, you can make an argument for a lot of things. Oh, does Pete Rose deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? He shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame because of his gambling, bullshit and whatever the fuck. But the fact... Okay. Ty Cobb is in the Hall of Fame. Ty Cobb is in the Hall of Fame still. Do you want to look up his bullshit? Look up his bullshit. I can guarantee you what Ty Cobb did was significantly worse than what Pete Rose did. Pete Rose's records are going to stand the test of time unless an act of God comes into the equation. They're going to remain intact for the rest of time. That's just fact. And I don't need to get into the itty-gritty details of just everything else of what happened, but let's just go out and say he was banned from Major League Baseball from entering the Hall of Fame as long as he shall live. Pete Rose passed away today, and it is a fucking crime amongst the world of baseball and, in fact, the world of fucking sports that Pete Rose is not in the Hall of Fame. Sorry about that. That was on me. And it's amazing how, wow, just old Charlie Hustle. Pete Rose. May he rest in peace. Just fucking come on, man. Screw you, Major League Baseball. Screw you. If you want to talk about the greatest, the Mount Rushmore of the history of baseball, Pete Rose, without fucking question, is on that. Without question, is on the Mount Rushmore. Him, Babe Ruth, and a couple other people. Okay? Probably two Yankees, if we're being honest here. Him, I mean, I could go on the rabbit hole of the four greatest Yankees ever, but because, reasons. But Pete Rose and Babe Ruth absolutely, without question, should be on your Mount Rushmore, the greatest baseball players ever. It's a goddamn travesty that Pete Rose is not in the Hall of Fame. Fuck damn it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Staniel Smooth. I'm coming to you from the lovely beaches of Long Island, New York. Part of the Belly of Sports and Belly Up Media Networks. This is the Staniel Smooth Show, and I greatly appreciate you for tuning in. by the way, I want to get this out of the gate. Time to BS with Staniel Smooth, the Staniel Smooth Show, BS Sessions, and my other podcast with my soon-to-be wife, Megan, Smoothly Baked. We'll all be on the same channel going forward on YouTube. So, other than that, not a lot of changes. We'll still be able to catch, same shows and shit like that, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Get the whole fucking deal. I'm probably going to find a way to put all four podcasts in this regard on the same podcast distribution platform. I'm going to find a way to do that, but we shall see where the road takes us. It's been a very hectic, weekend. Christ, I had off today for a couple reasons. One, I was actually the most important reason, me and Megan had our engagement shoots. Today's recording, and it's nice. It's still I think it hit me with that when it was like, holy shit, we're doing engagement shoots. And I got a little preview of some of the shots, because some of them are captured on an iPhone. Wow. Just wow. I'm a lucky man, I'll say that. We also had our engagement party this Sunday, and happy to see some people I haven't seen in a while, and, friends specifically. And there was a whole table of like 7 or 8 people of like my friends and shit like that, and they all just start getting along, cracking jokes and shit. It was fucking funny, and it was nice. It was nice to see and being able to see some people that we haven't seen in a fucking while, so that was nice. Other than that, not a lot's going on, just slowly but surely, just having a good time and shit. Just everything for the most part has been relatively smooth. In terms of planning the wedding and shit, everything is, still going smooth as can be, which is fucking great. Really nice. I have a question. So, any Mariner fans here that listen would love to hear this. The Seattle Mariners unfortunately missed the playoffs again for the 22nd time out of 23 years. Their lone playoff appearance came 2 years ago in 2022, which was, by the way, the first time in 21 years they made the playoffs. Since 2013, when the Houston Astros moved to the AL West, they have made the playoffs 8 times. Since 2013, the Mariners, in their entire history, have made it 5 times. You can point the blame game to whoever you want, but right now we're going to just look into the last several years, the last 20-something years, maybe 10 years plus with the Mariners. Now, I want to preface this, I am not a Mariners fan. I do happen to watch Seattle sports, because I am a Seahawk fan and all. But I'll watch the Kraken when they're on. I'll keep track of the Mariners when, I'm not paying attention to the Yankees. I'm in New York, after all, so we get Yankee games all the time. But the Mariners also had a 10-game lead in their division, and they blew that this season. But who do you blame for the bullshit? And I want you to notice a pattern here. The Mariners refuse, and I mean refuse, with only the examples of Luis Castillo, who was a trade acquisition, and Julio Rodriguez, who is the face of your fucking franchise. This franchise refuses to spend money. Refuses. Flat out refuses. I don't get it. And there's a lot of people who can specifically blame. There's a few people who you can blame, in quotes. You can't necessarily blame coaching staff for like the Mariners' lack of success, or the management, or Jerry Dipoto, and so forth. This is a revolving door stupidity when it comes to small market franchises in Major League Baseball. Just simple as that. And John Stanton, who leads the ownership group of the Mariners, is no different. The fact that this man continues to run this franchise into the ground and into the shitter constantly, consistently, and refuses to do anything about, making your franchise, I don't fucking know, better? Just straight up, like, this isn't a hard thing to do. I mean, you want to win games, you want to be successful, make the most money, then for God's sakes, win some, buy some players, buy some pieces, do something. The crazy part is, you could have very easily, if you're the Mariners, have traded for Juan Soto this past offseason. Very easily could have. Right, Donut? Right. You very easily could have traded for Juan Soto. Blake Snell was a free agent. You could have signed him. And you didn't. Blake Snell, who's from Seattle, from the Washington area, from the state of Washington, you could have signed him and you didn't. Why? Because this franchise is consistently fucking cheap. They're consistently cheap. And again, this is not about specifically just blaming, hey, we're just going to blame ownership because they're the easy punching bag. This is a baseball-wide problem. Don't believe me? Do you remember the Giancarlo Stanton trade with the Marlins? Giancarlo Stanton won the National League MVP in 2017 for 59 home runs and God knows how many RBIs. I can't remember the stats off the top of my head, but all I remember is he hit 59 home runs with the Marlins. He went off for the second half of that season. What happened? Marlins traded him to the Yankees for a bag of potato chips. Okay? It is a Major League Baseball wide issue that they are constantly spending less and less money on just these owners of small market franchises do not spend money. The Oakland A's are leaving the Oakland Coliseum for Sacramento, and then a couple of years they're going to Vegas. John Fisher is loaded with cash. Loaded. And refuses to spend money to make his team get better. Refuses. Flat out refuses to do so. Why? Don't know. And it's a fucking travesty. The fact that this shit continues to happen. This is a quick episode. I want to get some thoughts out of the gate. I'll talk some more football tomorrow. Seahawks play tonight in Detroit for Monday Night Football, and I am very fucking excited about that because, yay, sports. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Staniel Smooth. I'm coming to you from the beaches of Long Island, New York. This has been the Staniel Smooth Show, and I will see you all in this life, and most certainly the next one. Cheers, guys.